Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so excited you're joining me. I tried something a little new this time with the Facebook Live, and I clicked on something. I don't even know what I clicked on, and it said, hey, you want to have a featured link? So I'm going to try that and see what happens. So I featured the online store as the featured link. So if you want to shop with me, you can do that by clicking on that link. You can get all the stuff I'm showing you tonight in my online store. And if you don't have the host code, that's okay. You can leave it off and I can make sure it gets added for you afterwards. We've got some really fun projects to do tonight. I'm pretty excited about this. One of them is this tower fold card. And I posted this in the Share and Connect group a few days ago, and I said I'm working on a tutorial and I just did not get it, so we're going to do it tonight. And we're also going to do a fun box. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. We're going to do a different version of it, but we're going to do a designer paper wrapped box. And then I have a really fun card I just kind of pulled together at the last minute based on a beautiful card that I got from Lynn. So I'm going to show you, I got 3 cards in the mail this week. I'm going to start with mail call and show you these beautiful cards. I always feel so blessed to get your cards in the mail, and your notes inside. It just means so much to me. And so I have to share these beautiful creations with you. So this first one is by Barbara Suits. Am I saying that right? Barb, thank you so much for this beautiful card. She says that she was inspired that the design of the card was by Kitchen Table Stamper. Am I getting that right? Yes, Kitchen Table Stamper, Marissa. And she, oh my gosh, I have been really inspired by her cards and her videos that I've seen in the last few months. So it was so much fun to get this card, and I can tell that it was inspired by one of her designs. So beautiful. Combination of the Field and Flower designer paper from Celebration with the sweet strawberry bundle. I'm so excited. If you've been waiting for that, it's coming. It's still not available to order, the strawberry punch, but it is coming back. I forgot to check, but I think March 22nd or 29th. It's coming soon. This one is by Janet Casto. Look at this. She did some designer paper on the envelope too. Janet, she blesses me so much with all of her cards. Thank you so much, Janet. I saw a card, or maybe I showed one from my swap box that had a little pocket, and so she wanted to make me a card like that. Maybe somebody posted in the Share and Connect group. Anyway, I mentioned it, and so Janet was right on it, and she made sure that to make a card like that. So this has like a little mini card. It's so cute with this playful pet, and then it just goes inside of the little front pocket. And this doesn't open. That's the card that opens right there. But oh my gosh, so cute. Definitely gonna have to case. Love this layout. Thank you so much, Janet. And this last card from Lynn just came yesterday. And Lynn, thank you so much for your beautiful note. It really, oh my gosh, it made my heart so happy. And your card made my heart so happy too, because it's so beautiful. So Lynn created this card with the Hydrangea Haven designer paper and this fun little flip. And it's been a while since I've done this technique. And so, hopefully I've prepared the cardstock correctly, but I'm going to show you how to get that fun little flip in your card. So I'm going to show you this. In fact, let's go ahead and start with this fun design. And I think in my description, I called it the oval flip card. I can't remember if it has a different name. So if there is a different name, you guys leave me a comment and let me know. I know the cards are so great. Thank you guys so much for the beautiful cards. So I've cut some stuff using the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set and paper. So this is in the mini catalog. It has 12 by 12 paper, which I've cut down to be 6 by 6. And I haven't had a chance to play with this, the Sweet a whole lot yet. But I'm super excited that the next paper pumpkin kit for April is going to coordinate with this designer paper and this Sweet, and there's going to be popsicle shaped cards and sort of this fruity bright color theme. So if you haven't tried paper pumpkin yet, I don't know why, because it's awesome. I always enjoy creating alternatives and just having some fun. And so if you like to do that too, I think you should give Paper Pumpkin a try. It's always fun too to get an exclusive stamp set. So this stamp set, Sweet Ice Cream, let me show you. I flagged it here in the mini catalog so you could see it. It has a coordinating punch, which punches out the ice cream cone, like the scoop, and then the cone. There's the designer paper. We've got some blackberry bliss striped ribbon, the little sprinkles. These are just like, I'm looking for the descriptions right in front of me. They're just like little dots. I'm trying to think of like what kind of material they are. Approximately 1,500 dots. That's a lot. 375 each of 4 colors. So here's some awesome projects, and I have some card swaps to share with you as well. So let's jump in and get going. So I have not made this card, but I think I cut everything that I needed. So the card base is 5.5 by 8.5. I'm using Bumblebee. That is the yellow color that's in this designer paper. Kimberly says they are like little bitty foam dots. Are they squishy like foam? Are they hard like plastic? I don't even know if I have them. If I do, I haven't taken them out of the wrapper. Oh gosh. Okay. So, 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. So essentially with these score lines, we have scored the cardstock in half like normal, and then scored the front half in half. So that's like going to come back like this. And now I'm like, I'm worried I'm going to do it wrong. So I'm going to grab Lynn's card again just to remind myself. Yes. Okay. So it's kind of like a Z fold like this. And we're going to take the oval and we're going to center it over the fold. So let's get out our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Big Mama is what I like to call her. And I'm using the layering ovals. So it has both scallop and solid ovals. We've looked at these before. There's also layering squares and layering circles. So a really great way to get a lot of different sizes without, having to buy each individual punch. These are bigger than punches too. So I'm sorry, I need to like move my camera up here. I think we can make it work. So what I'm doing is I'm centering this, okay? And which part gets cut? Then we're going to strategically place our cutting mat so that it only covers half, because all we want to do is cut half. We don't want to cut the whole oval. Okay, so I think this is on camera. You can see I've got my cutting pad only covering the outside half that I want to cut. So I'm going to send this through. Oh my gosh, say a prayer. Did it work? It's so weird to try to do things on camera like that. Okay, so it almost worked. I almost made it through. So I'm going to take some scissors for the sake of just ease tonight. If I wasn't on camera, I would just send it right back through the Big Shot, but I'm just going to, I said the bad word. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There we go. So I just made it work. Cut it. Okay. So we have like this. Okay. So did that make sense? You only cut with the cutting pad, you only cut half of the oval. So what happens is when we close it, we have our scallop oval like this. So we're going to put this here. And then on the flip side, when you open it, you have your oval here. And so I cut the designer paper. So let me show you on Lynn's card again. So she has some layered ovals in the front, and then you open it and she cut another scalloped oval. I'm just going to go with I see though. Maybe I still need to do a scallop oval because otherwise you don't get the full scallop design. So let's do that really quick. This is what happens when I don't plan. I have to figure it out as I go. All right, I'm gonna just really quick, just die cut a solid scallop oval, and this is just going to layer so that we see that complete scalloped oval design. Okay, back down. Okay, so now this is going to go, it's just going to glue right on top of this and line up like that. And then this is going to go over it like this. Okay, so in looking at Lynn's design again, I cut designer paper to coordinate. So I've got a 2-inch piece of designer paper here. This is all from that ice cream corner designer paper. So I've got the terracotta tile design here, and then this is the front, and this piece is 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. The other one was 2 by 5 1/4. So that's gonna go on the front. It's intruding on the scallop circle. Okay, then let's layer these pieces for the inside. Line it up. This is going to go here, and on Lynn's, she had designer paper back there, which I really sort of love. I was just going to put a white piece, but maybe we need to add a little pattern. How much of it can we see there? Let's think about that. Do we want to add a strip of that designer paper? I won't be able to fit the sentiment that I want. Let's see how it looks without it. Okay, so on this oval, we're going to stamp. I have put together the stamps I want to use. I'm going to do that little popsicle. And so the colors to match the designer paper are Bumblebee and Terracotta Tile. So I'm going to do the lighter color, the Bumblebee on top. So let's do that. And the Terracotta Tile on the bottom. Now this is very, it's like a watercolory kind of, it's supposed to look like a melting popsicle. So we've got some, I like that, those variations in the color, and it really goes with the designer paper and kind of makes more sense when you see it as a whole. So then we need a popsicle stick, and coordinating color in this designer paper is Cinnamon Cider, which is a new in color. I'm going to stamp off on the solid, and then I'm going to go full strength with the details. So it looks like a little popsicle stick. Oh, no. Oh, I hate when that happens. I got a little smudge. Let's see if sometimes I feel like this sand eraser works, and sometimes it does not. I guess I just need to give it a little more elbow grease. Okay. I can still see it a little bit, but we're going to go with it. So this is for the front, but it needs words, doesn't it? Oh gosh, close your ink pads, Jules. I was going to do treat yourself. Hopefully that'll show up. Let's do that in black. Treat yourself. Yes. Love it. Okay, so this is going to go on that front oval. That dresses it up a whole lot. Ooh, Heather says speckle. Okay, but now that I've put my, do you think I should still do the speckle even with the treat yourself? And Christina, yes, I really love this sand eraser. I got it on Amazon. I feel like somebody said they found it at the dollar store, or maybe that was the adhesive remover. Anyway, sand eraser, really handy for ink. Essentially what it does is it just like sands down the paper. So like if you look really closely, it's just like removing the like parts of the paper. Okay. I'm trying to look at your comments and see what you think. Gosh, I really do love this, but I'm worried. Oh God, I love that a lot. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to do it. I was going to put, maybe I'll just have to, oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out the inside a little more. Okay, so let's do 2 inches. And I'm going to go 5 1/4. And let's see. This is going to go, oh, you know what? It already was 5 1/4. Yep, that's fine. We're going to go right up to the edge. So we have a little bit of room to write a message. Not a lot. I was going to put happy birthday, but you know what? Let's talk about the marker. Yes, let's do that, Julie. I don't know. I don't like markers on photopolymer. Like, I feel like it just does not work very well. So here's another little tip. You can use a piece of tape or a Post-it, okay? And so we're going to ink up just the happy. This is a long greeting, but we want to make it fit in our skinny space. Okay, so I'm going to do the happy. Okay, and now I'm going to clean this. Oh, I've got a little wet spot. I forgot to re-wet my chamois again. I need to put somebody in charge of reminding me. Okay, now we're going to cover up the happy, and we're just going to ink up the birthday. Now, the key when you're using tape or Post-it is you have to take it off in case you get ink on it. You don't want to transfer that ink to your project. Okay. Happy birthday! I was going to do Hope It's Sweet. Let's do it. Let's throw it on there. I think it'll fit. Oh, yes. What is it on me? Oh my gosh, it is on me. Oh no. Oh. I'm the one transferring the ink to this pretty card. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm making it worse. It's still on me. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I got it. Let's close the ink pad. Rub the ink on the on the pants. And let's finish up this card. Oh, yes. Oh, what a fun card. Treat yourself. Happy birthday. Hope it's sweet. Isn't that fun? Okay, oval flip card, unless there's another name that I'm not thinking of. Did you guys come up with another name for this card? Oval flip? Maybe it's called something else. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Darn it. I thought I was keeping up on them. Whiteout. Yeah, I guess you could use whiteout. I think I'm gonna be okay. Hopefully we won't transfer any more ink. Let's get these stamps out of the way and move on to our next project. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Lynn, so much for your inspiration. And I hope that you like my version. Alrighty, what are we doing next? Oh, I promised you guys that we would do this tower card. So let's tackle that next. One of my team members, Pam D'Annunzio, she posted a picture of a fun fold card that she made. And I looked up some directions. She called it the tower card. And so I found this blog. I feel like I linked to it in my first post. I have no idea who it was, though. I have to look. It was not a Stampin' Up! Person. It was just another paper crafter. And the card that she made, I followed her directions. This is the size that it made, which is huge. It's a lot bigger than our standard cards. So I wanted to take this concept and make it smaller so that we could do it with a half a sheet of cardstock. So I created my own template and measurements based on the card that I saw. And I'm going to show you really quick. This card will fold flat and fit inside a standard A2 envelope, which is the medium envelopes from Stampin' Up! So it's pretty flat, and I think you could probably mail it without needing extra postage, depending on what kind of embellishments that you use. So this card is what I'm going to show you tonight. I made another version. So the original had all these extra little slits or cuts, and so when I made mine, I thought, I don't know if I like that. So this is the first one I made, and I did not make all those little cuts. I just did kind of some big ones, and then I had paper going across the top and the bottom. But then I thought I would give it a shot, and so all I did was just add the extra cut lines, and then the paper down the middle. And so I kind of like that. So I have two templates. I will post the image on Facebook when I'm all done. I'm also going to put it on my blog, so you can check that at juliedavison.com. That's going to go up by Friday morning, so depending on when you're watching this, it may already be up there. So you can find both of these images there, plus pictures of the cards and a replay of this video. Okay, so here is the template, and here are both of them side by side. So this is the pink one. Okay, this is the modified one. And so you can see I've got a cut line at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3.5, and 4.5. I'm going to walk you through that, so don't worry. But here is the difference then. On the one with the extra slits, the only difference is that there's an added cut line at 1/2 inch, 1.5, 3, and 5. So I just wanted to point out the difference really quick. So you can do either one. You can start with this, or if you like the extra slits, you can go right to this one. They're almost exactly the same, except just the 4 extra cuts on both sides. Okay, so that's the difference. I'm going to walk through this one tonight and show you this card. But like I said, it's exactly the same, except we just add the extra cuts. Okay, are you guys ready? We are using a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 inches by 8 1/4. So it is just a little bit smaller than a half a sheet of cardstock. So you're going to be able to get 2 cards. Using this template, you'll be able to get 2 of these tower cards from 1 sheet of cardstock. I'm using the Misty Moonlight. Let me get out my paper trimmer, and I just want to make sure that this one is cut right at 8 1/4. It is. Okay, so we're going to start with the big score lines on the side. So we've got 1 inch and 2 inch. And this card is really great because it is really simple 1 inch measurements. So 1 inch and 2 inch, and then 6 1/4 and 7 1/4, which is 1 and 2 inches from the other side. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down 1 inch, 2 inch, and then if you want to go across, it's 6 1/4 and 7 1/4. If you want, you could just flip it around and do the same thing. 1 inch and 2. Okay, that is step 1, our score lines on the side. Okay, Now, the next step is going to be these cut lines. And so I've got the score lines in black and the cut lines in red. And so I wrote the measurements this way so that you can see, but we're going to turn the card this way. So I'm going to turn this that way, but leave the template this way. So we are cutting at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3.5 and 4.5, which, as you guessed, it's 1 inch and 2 inches, and then from this side 1 inch and 2 inches. So really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to cut from the 1 inch score line down to 3 inches. Again, everything's in 1 inch increments. Okay, so let's line this up at 1 inch. And for these measurements, when we're like stopping and starting at different points, I'm using the ruler here on the side of the paper trimmer. Can you see that? I've talked about this before, but so just a reminder, the little line here on the cutting blade is where it is cutting. So that is what we're going to line up with the numbers on the ruler here. Okay, so I've got it. Let me just make sure we're at 1 inch. Okay, we're going to start at the 1 inch score line. So I'm going to put the blade down there, and then we're cutting down to 3 inches. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so 1 down to 3. Okay, and then so again, this is what we're doing right now. Then we're going to pick it up, and we're going to come down here at 5.5. Is that right? 5 1/4. 5. Oh, I made one up just in case I screwed this up because I messed it up a couple times. No, I'm second guessing myself. Okay, the score line is at 7 1/4. You know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to do this side, and then we're going to turn it over. Okay, so 1 inch, then we're going to do 2 inches. Now, if you were doing the one with all the extra cuts, you would go 1/2 inch cut, 1 inch cut, 1.5 inch cut, 2 inches cut. We're just doing the simplified one. So we're going to go 2 inches starting at the 1 inch, going down to 3. Okay, then we're coming over here to do 1 and 2 inches from over here. So we're going to go 3.5, starting at 1 inch, down to 3, and 4.5, 1 inch, down to 3. Okay, now we're just going to flip it over and do the same thing we did on this side from the other side. So 1 inch, 1 down to 3, 2 inches, 1 down to 3, and then 3.5, which the measurements are right here. 3.5, 1 down to 3, and 4.5, 1 down to 3. Woo! All right. The only thing that I haven't done yet is just to add a score line here in between the cuts. When I did this one, I actually just did a score line 3 all the way down. And so you can see it like right here. So if you don't like that, you can be a little more strategic with your scoring. But it was just easier to do it that way. So you can either use your scoring blade, or if you find it to be easier, you can take your bone folder and cut or score in the track in between those two cuts. Okay, so I'm just scoring right there, and that's just going to make it easier for this next part. Okay, does that make sense so far? Hopefully. I'm not seeing a whole lot of comments, so hopefully everything so far has made sense. I know this is the kind of card I feel like you're going to want to watch while you're making it, right? And kind of like pause as you go. So do that. Print out your template and, you know, and watch and pause or follow along as best you can. All right, so we're going to fold on our score lines. So I'm going, it's going to be like a, what do you call that? Like a, I don't know what you call that. A big U. It reminds me of the shadow box card, right? The diorama card. We do 2 of these, and then we have them like, we glue them together like this, and then there's like a whole. Anyway, okay, so we folded on those big score lines, and now we're going to take and fold the opposite ones in. So we've got this score line here. That's why this score line is important, so that you have like a good, like you can get a good crease there. So those are just you're gonna fold those in, and so that then you have like, just give this a good, because that folds flat, just give it a good, like, you can use your bone folder if you want, good creases on all the score lines. This is the base, the bones of our card. So for this modified version, where we're not doing all the slits, I cut 2 pieces for the sides. This designer paper is the Butterfly Bijou. These are 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. I'll include a list of measurements in the video description when I'm all done. So 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I chose the Natural Touch. And this is 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. So those are going to go there. So let's glue those down really quick. I love these colors in the designer paper. We've got Pool Party, Bermuda Bay, and Misty Moonlight, which, like, I wouldn't have put those colors together. Like, I don't think that I would have put Bermuda Bay with Misty Moonlight, but it's really pretty to have all these blues. This Natural Touch paper comes in 12 by 12. I just cut it down. Both the Butterfly Bijou and the Natural Touch are limited edition papers. The stamps and the dies will carry over to the annual catalog, but the papers are not. They are special edition, only available during this promotion for the next 2 months. It's really pretty. It's got like this texture to it. Can you see that texture? So like a wood grain look, and then also a fun texture to it as well. Okay, now for the middle of the card, I've got some pieces that are done already. So I stamped in Misty Moonlight onto Pool Party cardstock, and then I die cut with the die. This designer paper is from that Butterfly Bijou, and it's 3 inches by 3 inches. Then the white is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Again, I'll put a list of all the measurements in the video description when I'm all done. So we're going to do some regular adhesive to put these on. And then I've got a sentiment that's ready. And this is, I showed this a few weeks ago with the many messages. I just love the way the white embossing looks on the black, and I cut a bunch of those sentiments, and I still have them. I'm still using them. So this is just one from that set, and I just popped that up with a Stampin' Dimensional, and then I'm going to do some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back to put it on top, or to fill in our card here. So I'll show you the other samples again. And you can tell I'm avoiding the corners because this is going to hang over the edges here a little bit, and I just don't want anything to, like, you know, glue itself down to where it's not supposed to go. Okay. All right, so there's the finished card. Like I said, it does fold flat. You can fit that into a regular medium envelope, which is an A2 size envelope. And then, so where would you write on it is, I think, a good question. I would put a panel back here, a panel of white cardstock. And then you can write your message. It's going to be like a little skinny message, but it can be pretty long. So that'll fit right in there, and then it won't interfere with any of the folding. But who wouldn't love that? And then it sits up, I can't really get it on camera, but it sits up nice, so you can display it really well too. So here is the other modified one that I did. So both of these use the Butterfly Bijou designer paper. There's another Many Messages die cut. So this is the one that has just a couple score lines, and then this one is a little more true to the tower card with the extra score lines, and those are every ½ inch, and then with a break in the middle. And I mean, I guess you could just go all the way through. You wouldn't need to have the break in the middle. I kind of like the break in the middle. You really can just make it your own. So this is the like original tower card with all the score lines. And this is the one I had ready to go in case I screwed up. So let me just show you really quick. I will just bring the cutter back in, and I'll just cut those score lines, or the cut lines, so that you can see. So we're going to go every ½ inch. So I'm lining this up at the ½ inch mark, and I'm going to cut, oops, I jumped the track there. I'm going to cut from the 1 inch down to 3. And then I already did the 1, so I'm going to go to 1½ 1 inch down to 3. And then on this side, this is going to be 4. Is that right? And 5. Okay, so just extra score lines, and then you just pop every other one back. Which side do you like better? Do you like the extra score lines or not as many score lines? Here, this card doesn't know what it's doing. It's confused. On this one, I've got more score lines over here or fewer score lines. So tell me which one. Do you like this or that? Do you like the extra score lines or not so many score lines? Here are the samples of the finished cards with the score lines, not as many score lines. Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, Erin says she likes the simple version. The extra score lines. Oops, I lost the rest of the comment. It's blocked by my thing. Oh, Sally says that. Yeah, Robin says less. Christina says that. Becky likes the extra ones. Like, you can't go wrong, really. Janet says fewer score lines. Yeah, so when I first looked at it and saw the big one, like I said, I really felt like it was too much, and so I tried it and I did that one first. But then I felt like it needed a little something else. So I like them both. I don't know that I could pick if I was making it again. I think it just depends maybe on the designer paper. This one has the opportunity to put some extra pattern up on top and below, whereas this one is just a nice long designer paper in the middle. So I will post both images, both templates. So if you prefer more lines, you can use that one. If you prefer less lines, you can use this one. I would love to see your tower cards. So if you give this template a try at home, if you give it a try at home, be sure to post and share your card in the Julie's Stamping Spot Share and Connect group so that we can see your tower cards and how they turned out. I can't wait to see what designer paper that you choose and whether you choose more lines or less lines. Let me show you some more butterfly cards. I just realized I forgot to show you the extra ice cream cards. So I'm going to do the butterflies first, and then I'm going to show you some ice cream cards. Let me move these aside. I'm really enjoying this butterfly bouquet product suite. So here's that natural touch paper, and I die cut the texture in here. I love all of these butterflies are from the designer paper that you can just die cut. So this one is as well. Here's one that I stamped with that same designer paper combination. These are from the designer paper. You can tell they're just perfectly colored. I shared this one last week, I think it was. This is a butterfly pull-through card. I changed the inside a little bit since the video. And just a quick tip on this, when I remade this card, I took the punch and I went like almost all the way up here to the edge so that it could be high and we'd have room for this down below. So if you're going to make this card, and I know some of you made it with the dragonflies and that worked out too. That was a clever thought there. And Terry Gaines was the one who I was originally inspired by with the butterfly pull-through card. I made one a couple years ago based on an inspiration from her, and I've seen it recently from many other stampers as well, but I was originally inspired by Terry. This one is by Deb Schneider, and I forgot to show this last time. She's got the brick embossing folder, which I just love with this color combination and with the butterflies. And then on the inside, she used the brick die from the butterfly set. And I love how that coordinates. Like, that was so clever. Here's a couple more swap cards. This one by Tracy Jacobs. Love how she stamped and colored the butterfly. And this one is by Kay Cogbill. Just love the combination of the designer paper and the natural touch paper. So, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with these butterflies. I just can't get enough of them. So I hope that you enjoyed these. I feel like I want to try these with some other things besides the butterflies too. Let me show you some ice cream cards because we just made this one. If you're just joining us, we started with this card, the ice cream flip, or the oval flip card. So I'm going to backtrack myself and show you some of the ice cream cards that I pulled. Oh, one more butterfly. Oh, 2, 3. How did those get? They must have been stuck on the back of the ice cream. A couple more butterflies because I just love them so much. We did this one last week. I love that you can do the detailed or just the background on the butterfly. I feel like there's just so many possibilities, so many beautiful butterflies. All right, all of these are swap cards because I really haven't done much with my ice cream yet. This one's by Angie Leach. This one by Kathy Gruby, and she used those little the ice cream, the sprinkles. I'm just gonna feel those in person. What do they remind me of? They remind me of like resin, I can't think of what I'm thinking of. Oh gosh, I love the watercolor background that Marianne Stites did on this card. You're so cool. She cut out the popsicle. There are not coordinating dies. The thing that goes with this is the punch for the ice cream cone and the scoop. Here's another swap card. This one is by Michelle Grimble. Love the punched paper to make the ice cream cone with the paper on top. And then this one, oh, that one doesn't have a name. I wonder if it's on the inside. Let's take a quick look. Nope, no name. Not sure who swapped this with me, but I love the layout, love the combination of the designer paper and then across. I just think it's a great card layout. So, ice cream cones, butterflies. What should we do next? How about some birthday chicks? Yeah! All right, the next project that we're going to do, I gave you a little sneak peek, is this designer paper wrapped box. And I did this with my team. We had a team meeting on Saturday and we did a little mystery stamping and we created this box. So that's something I feel like I do cards a lot and I don't do a lot of 3D. So I wanted to show a little gift packaging. So here's one with the sand and sea. And we are going to make one with the birthday chick. Isn't it cute? Where did my birthday chick stamp set go? Oh my gosh, I just love this. This is in the mini catalog, but as a special release, they came out with dies that go with it. Oh, I forgot a lot of things. Okay, let's rewind for a second. Butterfly bouquet. You can get this in my online store, juliedavison.com/shop. There's a stamp set, dies, or you can get the bundle, save 10%. There's designer paper, 6x6, natural touch. You can get the whole collection. That's what I recommend doing because you just have everything you want to make all the beautiful cards. And that one is $71.25 in the United States. Now, if you purchase the bundle, the stamps and the dies or the whole thing from me, I will send you a PDF with 12 bonus project ideas, photographs, measurements, and directions to make 12 cards, including that one I showed you. That was my project in there. If you've already ordered from me, I'm a little bit behind on my emails, but I'll be sending that. I'm going to try to send them out tomorrow. So if you've already ordered the Butterfly Brilliance collection or bundle from me, watch your email for the PDF. It's coming. So the Hey Chicks is what I'm going to show you next. So we've got two different bundles. Here's a better image. This one came out, Celebration 2017, came back. This is the sequel, the Birthday Chick, and now they both have coordinating dies. These are going to be available through the end of June, so you have some time. If you're thinking about it, I think I'm going to do the Hey Birthday Chick for Stamp of the Month Club. I'll be working on those projects very soon, so watch for that email if you're on my mailing list. But what I love about these dies is they're just so fun and dynamic, and we've got some really fun shapes. So the Hey Birthday Chick has a fence, the happy birthday, the little feed sack, the little bow, the little chick, the party banner. The Hey Chick dies have the chicken coop and the sign and the tree stump and the eggs and the chicken wire and the corn. Oh my gosh, the corn. So I think that's my very favorite part of the dies in the bundle is those fun little shapes. So I did use the little streamers, and I used the die to cut out the chick that I colored. So I did that part ahead of time because I just wanted to focus on the project. So for this project, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock and designer paper. The cardstock is 5.5 inches by 7. And the designer paper is 2.5 inches by 12. And I had a momentary realization that I forgot to grab a roll of ribbon. So I'm going to just step away from my desk for 1 second. And we're going to use this. Oh, I have just enough on the roll. The Daffodil Delight ribbon from the annual catalog that goes really beautifully with the Artistry Blooms paper. Oh, I wanted to show you this paper. The Artistry Blooms designer paper is in the annual catalog, and pretty soon we'll be retiring. Now, if you ordered from me in February, you're going to get a little sampling of the Artistry Blooms designer paper as part of your free gift in your bonus project kit, which I'm also working on. It's been a busy week. So you can watch for that. This paper is just so bright and colorful. I love the ombre patterns and also just the sort of paintbrush streaks. It's just so pretty. I feel like there's so many different ways to use it. So one of the projects in the project kit will include a piece of that paper. And then that's the paper that I chose for this project tonight. So you could see how bright and colorful it is. Let's start with the cardstock piece. This is going to be the box base. Again, it's 5.5 inches by 7. I will include all of the measurements in the video description when I'm all done. But we're going to score at 1 inch and 4.5 inches. And that's going to be with the short side at the top of the paper trimmer. So at the top of the paper trimmer, we're scoring at 1 inch and 4.5. Okay, then we're going to turn and score at 3 inches and 4. So 3 and 4 inches. Okay, this is going to be the base of our box. While I have the paper trimmer out, I'm going to score our 2.5 by 12 inch designer paper at 5.5 inches and 6.5. So let's feed that in here. I gotta open up the arm. We're going 5.5. Be gentle when you're scoring your designer paper. It's not as thick as the cardstock, and it's really easy if you push too hard. It's really easy to just go right through the paper, and that will make you sad because then you won't be able to use it. Okay, so those two score lines are in the middle. This is going to be the wrap that goes around the box. And here is our box base. So we are going to cut on the score lines, these little ones in the middle, and we're just going to cut to that perpendicular score line. This is an open top style box. So let's fold on all the score lines. And I like to use tear and tape for 3D projects like this. These are going to fold up, and then the sides are going to fold onto each other. And I like for one side to hug the other so that the seams are both in the back. And so that's how we're going to put this project together. I'm going to use a piece of tear and tape, a piece of tear and tape on the edge of both of those flaps. So this is on the inside of the card, but it's going to wrap around and adhere to the outside of the cardstock. Okay, peel it off, and then we're just going to square that up and stick it down. You could use an additional piece if you want, but I find that one on the edge is suitable to hold the box together. Okay, so there's our open top box. This is fun for a cookie or wrapped candy or another fun little gift. And then the designer paper is going to wrap around it. This kind of reminds me of like a little Easter basket. So you could make it for Easter too. Now I want to just make a little handle on the designer paper wrap. So I'm going to take the box out. I'm using the 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm just going to come right here toward the top and center that. It just creates like a little handle. And I like to be able to take it apart without destroying the box. So you could use adhesive to put your box. Oh, that's not gonna, I was gonna say you could put adhesive to adhere the designer paper to the box. But I don't like to do that. I don't want it to, I don't want the box to get destroyed while it's being unwrapped. So I'm going to just have it be a sleeve. And I want the top to stick to itself. So I'm going to I put it under there, but that's too tight to the box. So I'm going to just use the pieces at the top so that the designer paper sleeve will stay closed. So this is just around the top like that. And then the box will slide through like that. So that keeps, by putting the extra adhesive here, that just keeps it keeps the packaging a little tighter so that it's not really loose. Like this one, I didn't use as much adhesive and it was really kind of loose. Now this is stuck down. Anyway, it was loose earlier. Okay, so to finish off the box, we're going to add the tag that I made earlier. I used the Stitched Shapes dies to create the circle, and then the Hey Birthday Chick. These are the Artistry Bloom sequins, which I have been using so much. I'm in love with them. They go with everything. Been using them a lot with the butterflies, and well, the Artistry Bloom papers, of course, because that's what it was intended to go with. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, and so the last thing is we're just going to add a little ribbon bow because there's always room for ribbon. So let's get my scissors. And that was the end of the roll, so I'm just going to let's see, come at the top. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love these colors. Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, and then a little bit of Mango Melody. Tying a bow on camera is always challenging. It's upside down, but we're going to go with it. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love it. I love it. I hope that you do too. What do you think of that project? Let's review our projects tonight. We ended with the designer paper wrapped box, and here is that other version, the Sand and Seas. You could do this with any designer paper, any color combination. Oh my gosh, yes, we did the tower card. We shared that and then the extra version with all the cuts. And we started, if you remember, with the ice cream oval, the oval flip card inspired by Lynn's hydrangea card that she sent. I'll just bring that in here too so you can see. So tell me, which of these projects, first of all, which one is your favorite? And then which one do you think you'll make at home? Are you more likely to do the 3D project with the box, or do you love the fun folds? Is that something that you're going to try at home? Either the tower card or maybe the fun oval flip card? I would love for you to leave me a comment. Let me know what you love because it helps me in deciding what projects to share with you. Speaking of which, I hope that you'll come back next Thursday for Thursday night stamp therapy at 7:10 p.m. No, 7:10 p.m. Central Time. For a second, I thought I said 10 p.m. It will not be at 10 p.m., I promise. 7:10 p.m. Central Time. Actually, I'm going to be in Michigan next week. I'll be visiting my parents. And so maybe Mom will join me for Thursday night stamp therapy and share a fun project. That could be loads of fun. I'm not going to promise anything without talking to her, but we'll definitely be live. So join me next week at 7:10 p.m. Central Time. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope that you're having a great week and that you're enjoying some stamp therapy of your own at home. Take care and happy stamping.